Hello, it's Dr. Christine Arseneau, PharmD, Functional Medicine Certified Health Coach. I wanted to talk about perfectionism today and how sometimes we get stuck in those patterns of trying to be perfect, and that leaves us to stay in a place of inaction. And I've been a perfectionist probably pretty much my whole life. From grade school, high school, having straight A's, wanting to do things perfectly. And it served me well in some situations, but it also kept me stuck. Wanting everything to be perfect, wanting everything to be just right before I got started on something, when there's really no such thing as perfect. Sometimes you just have to start and you find clarity in your action. Especially as a pharmacist, I am trained to find what is wrong. I'm trained to find a problem, to think about what could cause a future problem, to focus on every little detail so that I don't overlook anything. We have to find what could go wrong so that we can prevent it. And I was just talking to a pharmacist friend of mine about this and how our job is literally to look for what is wrong and how that carries over to other parts in our life where we hone in on problems and how they can be fixed, and not always maybe seeing the good side of different situations, and maybe not always having optimism. And it's, I was trained as a pharmacist. I've been working in pharmacy for the last 13 years plus pharmacy school. And if we fail to make a mistake, that could literally cost somebody's life, or somebody could get really hurt. So we have to hone in on every little detail. We have to be absolutely perfect. Otherwise, we're putting a patient's life at risk. And none of my pharmacist friends are happy. Maybe one person I know likes being in the pharmacy world. But for the most part, people are burned out and they have a negative attitude. And I think when we repeat those thoughts and we're constantly looking for the thing that's wrong, that doesn't always serve us in all situations. And it's human nature. Even if you're not a pharmacist or your job doesn't specifically train you to look for what's wrong, that's human nature, because we want to be scanning the environment for something that could kill us so that we could survive. So we're looking for danger. We're looking at how to improve things so that we can survive. But when we get stuck in that cycle of needing to find the perfect protocol, needing everything to be perfect before we get started, then we get stuck in inaction. And for me, it's like everything turns into a project. It has to be just perfect before I even start, and something that should be completed in a, timely manner ends up being this huge project that takes forever, because I'm stuck on all the details and on it being perfect. And so what I've learned is that sometimes you just need to act. And when you do something different, when you put yourself out there, when you just try something, you find clarity in the action. And if you focus on being absolutely perfect, then you're just kind of stuck in that learning mode where you never actually take action and get to that place where you can heal. So in order to heal, I had to, I couldn't just wait for that perfect protocol. And I'm not saying don't do your research and, don't just trust any practitioner. Make sure that you are comfortable with what treatment method you're using, but you have to have some optimism for the future. I had to change my thought patterns. I had to get out of the habit of perfectionism and start to switch my thought patterns, become aware of them, switch them, and start to think a little bit more optimistically. So I learned, the big secret that I learned is that your thoughts become things. And so if I was stuck and things weren't perfect enough for me to move on, and I got to thinking about everything that was wrong, then I would get stuck in those thought patterns. And so I had to realize how powerful my words were. And, if you have a thought, that's where your energy goes. And thoughts can, affect your emotions and your healing. And your words are powerful. So I had to learn to speak what I wanted to be true, to use my words wisely. So I no longer said my Lyme disease, for example. I had to distance myself from the diagnosis. That couldn't be my identity if I wanted to heal, if I wanted something new. And I had to realize, I wasn't broken. I didn't need to give my power away to somebody else to heal me. I had to just start healing, even though it wasn't perfect. My body didn't feel perfect. I was in pain. I didn't know what was going on, but I had to start changing my mind and putting the emphasis on healing, putting boundaries up with other people so that I could really focus on myself and my own healing. And I had to really feel that vibrant health before it even existed. That's the way it works in the D mode. In the wave function versus the D mode. So there's different ways that we exist. And if you're looking at the energy, time is not linear, and you have to feel that state of vibrant health before it even comes true. You have to feel it as if you have it and really feel into it and start to recreate your thoughts and have them be healing thoughts. So you can't wait for things to be perfect. You have to start now as far as your healing. Even if you're not sure what the perfect protocol is, start now with what you can change. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. In order to change, you have to change. You have to start changing your habits. And even if you don't know the exact plan, what's one habit you can do that will affect your health? Maybe it's creating a bedtime routine. Maybe it's meditating consistently every day for 3 minutes to start. Whatever it is, think of something very specific and be consistent. And just start, even if you don't have a perfect plan, even if you don't have all of the answers. There are things that you can do in your day-to-day life to start becoming healthier. Even if it's, general health and it's not a Lyme specific protocol, everything that you do, every thought that you have is going to affect your health. So start now, start without having the perfect protocol, and you'll start to see things change when you change your actual behavior instead of doing the same things over and over again, which is insanity. And just consistency is the important thing with habits. Just pick something right now, pick your habit, pick one behavior to change that's going to help you get to your health goals, and be consistent. Habits will make us or break us. We become what we repeatedly do. And I will add to that we become what we repeatedly think as well. So start now, become aware of your thoughts, think of patterns that you can change, think of habits that you want to implement, be consistent, and you will start to see change. I hope you have a wonderful day.